Hey everybody, how you doing today? I'm gonna take a look at the energies here around Israel and Iran. That means I'm gonna be relaxing and then just letting the universe echo information back. It has nothing to do with how we see things and through a human lens here on earth. It's how we see things through the energetic lens that it's harder to access it. You have to become still. You have to enter a meditative state in order to see through that lens. So you have to let go of everything that is real and then welcome in the unknown, okay? I don't get to decide what the information is. I don't get to decide how it looks. All I get to do is experience it, present it to you, and then we move on. So this is a complete unknown for me. I have no idea what we're gonna see here or what my calling is with this, but I do know I need to spend some time exploring this and might as well push record and share the experience with all of you. So I'm just gonna relax here and get in the zone. Right now, I'm just letting my energy relax, instantaneously silent. Feel the earth, feel the stars. I'm at the center of myself, surrounded by a clean darkness. Sensation of the cosmic universe, all things. And I'm just chilling here and I'm asking all things, hey, what's going on with Israel and Iran? What's a viewpoint that I could share with humanity today? Is there some healing or just some wisdom? Where do we begin with this? Basically, there's a small ball of light, and this ball of light is slowly descending, okay? Ever so slowly. Almost like it'll never, ever reach whatever point that catches it, so its pathway is complete. It's like there's no ground that will ever be the end for this descent, okay, of this light. But that is incorrect. There is always an end. There's always a beginning, okay? And so this little light just keeps falling slowly. It's incomprehensible that this light would ever stop the descent. Because as soon as it does, then everything is going to be different, feel different, mean something different than what it's meant. Is now a new story. This is about Israel, about Iran, okay? So once this ball of light reaches a ground that then stops it from falling any further, now that ground is a starting point for growth. All right, so a new story is taking place here. It's full of fear, to be honest. I feel as though I'm afraid when I become part of this ball of light. I feel full of fear. I feel a lot more adapted, a lot more accepting of the sense of descent, the fall. I feel more at peace with that, almost familiar with that the thought of this ever coming to an end is terrifying. And so to be this ball of light, it is a sense of fear. To comfort this ball of light, about the whole point of reaching the ground, the change, the event, the moment when everything that was now is going to be something new. So the past is changing because it's not the same past, it's a new past because we're growing in a new way. There's so much fear about this, absolute horror about this. So what I have to do is I have to create a vibration that is even slower than this descent, and then I have to take all of time here of this descent, and then I have to slowly somehow slip it down here and then create a cupping so that when it falls, it doesn't even know it's reached the ground. It just kind of falls into this sort of fabric, and then slowly, it doesn't really bounce up, but it kind of comes back up to a level playing field. It's just on flat ground now. And now this light, almost like a little eggshell, cracks, and then something on the inside is awakening. This is even weirder, okay? What does it look like on the inside of the light? I guess I could describe it as a little white something with an eyeball. Imagine I don't know why I can't think of the word right now. We have a toad and then we have a tadpole, yes. And so imagine we have a tadpole and it just has a little eyeball at the end and it's white. It's not dry, it's not wet, it's smooth somehow, with a little bit of moisture to it. That's what it looks like. Now this ground starts to swirl with a lot of colors. And then what's in front of us, it's another swirl with a lot of colors, okay? So these could represent doorways. I'm not sure what it is. Okay. I feel really excited to go down into the swirly one. That now is the new ground where this weird white tadpole with the eyeball is awake now. I'm more interested in this one than I am the one in front of me. I hear a voice say, if you merge with that, you'll be lost forever, and I laugh. Because even in eternity, there's always an end and a beginning. As the first message you guys even said. So there is no forever. There's only the idea that this is forever, but forever doesn't last forever. Now they want me to challenge myself on this one. And so I just merge with all these colors. I understand now what you mean. Imagine that from red is born orange, and from orange is born yellow, and from yellow is born green, and from green is born, right, cyan and indigo and violet and blah, blah, blah. And so from this then is born this, and then from this then is born this. And it's on and 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 on. It is so on and on and on that it never ever ends. It's like a very long and boring conversation and you're trying so hard to stay with it, but you just can't, but you have to. That's what this feels like. It's an agony. So is it forever? Does it have an end? It's going to feel like forever, and that is going to be real too. I say, why is this little creature then born from the egg, from the light, then, now upon this circular energy here that represents forever in the most agonizing kind of way, where this begets this, begets this, begets this, how many begettings is there? Can we get to the end of this? That's what it's like. So what is this about? No, I chose to merge with this. No, we got to go forward with this. Okay. I'm owning it. I freaking did choose to merge with this. I'm owning this. It feels like I was once like a whole, maybe a tapestry, like something big and beautiful, took the time to weave it. Wow, how cool, okay? And then we have one tiny little thread. And that thread has been pulled. And then we just have this thread, okay? It's just getting pulled. And the tapestry is getting less and less and less and less and less of itself. But has it really lost anything? No, it's just the thread of itself. It's the infinite thread of itself. It once was this tapestry, now it is just the infinite thread of itself. But it's going to feel different. It's going to be different. You're not whole in the idea of what you were as the tapestry, which made so much sense, but now you're just this long thread. And you don't really feel like yourself anymore. And you don't know what happened to you. You don't even know where you are. You don't even know what you are. But it's just the makings of the new tapestry, you could say, but why does it always have to be thread? Now all of a sudden we start to realize we never were a tapestry, we're always just a thread. A very, 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 very long thread. And so once you can comprehend this and find peace with this, it's just being a very, very, very long time. It doesn't really have any pattern to it. You have to come to peace without the pattern, without the identity, without the wholeness. You have to come to peace with it. You're going to find yourself not really sure where the beginning or the end is. You just never will find the beginning or the end. And it will phase out, and you will phase out with it. And now you will be for all time in this alignment. I say that entices me. I mean, I wanted to go into that doorway. For some reason, that enticed me. But the path itself is incomprehensible. It's absolutely horrifying. The truth is, it's horrifying, but the truth is it's more divine truth. It's more access to the divine truth. Once you can get over yourself and over the horror of it, and the beginnings, so you phase out of where's the end and the beginning. I don't even know where I am anymore. I once was a tapestry, now what am I? This is a very important conversation to what we're talking about, Israel and Iran. Maybe it also has something to do with the human race and the story of mankind. Perhaps has something to do with that as well. But for right now, I only get access to this viewpoint, okay? So we got to work with what we get. Okay, the next thing is becoming in alignment with, complete peace with, what was once a tapestry is now an infinite thread, where we cannot even find within ourselves the beginning or the end of ourselves. And it is very, 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 very exhausting. It's very almost deluding of your essence. It's very forgetful. It's very lost feeling. It's the whole meaning of what a purgatory is all about. You can't really find, if you find a doorway into purgatory, you can't really find the doorway out. So you have to grow. You have to grow and become somebody you've never met before in order to find yourself now in a new dimension where you decide you know who you are. That you aren't lost. You never were lost. So I'm going to pause now. I keep trying to push this conversation down to earth, but no, we're going to continue at this. Where is this? This is a very far away place, okay? Energetically, vibrationally, is so distant. It's like Pluto, okay? But then beyond Pluto is what? Whatever is out there is where we are. Feels so far away from Earth, but it isn't really that far. Because it's right here in our heart, okay? It's right here in our blood, in our DNA. It's right here in our soul. It's right here. It's not so far away. So I'm rising up and out of that circular portal of colors here. And I see this tadpole with the one eye. I don't like the way that it feels. Actually pick it up into my hand. It makes me feel like I'm carrying the worst disease of all time. And now apparently I'm supposed to throw this worm, is what it is, into this other portal that is upright, full of color, same thing, okay? And it spins clockwise. Both of these seem to spin clockwise. Yes, they do. I throw this worm, which is an infection, into the upright portal. And not because I want to let go of it because it makes me feel gross, but because I know it goes there. What's strange is we saw the descent of this ball of light across incomprehensible time and all the fear that it possessed. Because it didn't ever want to stop. It didn't ever want to stop. It didn't ever want to find a ground. And so what is born within the womb of this light is fear. Fear is born within the womb of this light. And so once it finally finds ground and then the ground cracks it open, and now what is released? Fear. What is the disease? Fear. What is the worm? Fear. So now I carry fear. I throw fear in this portal. That's what I'm supposed to do next, okay? Now what's hard about this is I'm not allowed to see where this goes. This portal, there's a crazy heavy door put upon it. And it's almost like boarding up. Like we want to know that that portal's still there, but we don't want anybody to access it or to walk through it. So we put this heavy metal, impossible to break lock, this door upon that portal that you can't actually open and enter. I say, man, this room is kind of stuffy. This just feels stuffy to me. It feels containing. It feels like, oh, we got this way we can go. Begetting. Oh my God, what's happened to me? I'm a long thread. Oh my God. In purgatory until I self-realize that I'm not the person that I was. I'm this new person. Oh, now we have tadpole. Ew, gross. Throw in the portal. Heavy door. Man, what is up with you people? Am I out beyond Pluto? Am I close to the Earth? What does this have to do with Israel and Iran? I don't know if I'll get the answer to that, but this is the essential message. Whether you like it or not, this is what you get. This is how the universe actually speaks to people who are sensitive to hearing it. Okay. This is the next thing. I've taken some time to look at this metal door, to look at what is on the other side of it, and then what is on the other side of that is the white worm, which is the infant of fear. Is the descent of light for a long time, finds its ground, and then birth from it is then fear. And my embrace of this portal without fear, then what I become from this journey. And all of this is just really cramped. It's just really cramped together. There's no breathing room here, and it feels so decided. I ask, why are you showing me this? Okay, this is the portal that is like a table here. I take that portal, not by merging with it or diving into it like a swimming pool, but I take that portal and then I place it into my heart. And now that I place that into my heart, I'm able to see through the metal door, and then I'm able to walk through it into the other portal. What's weird is I seem to be taking one side of the portal and meeting the other side of the portal right at that point. Because I now carry the very portal, because I was the one that chose to merge with it, to go on that horrifying journey and to resurrect out of it. Now I'm the one that actually is the freaking portal. I am the portal, okay? Do you see that? Now I can walk through this wall, I can walk through this barrier, and I can meet the other portal. Now, let's see what happens next. Oh, I'm not giving up on the worm, apparently. Because the worm was always meant to be valued, was always meant to be cherished. It wasn't meant to be some ugly thing, some disease, some end to all things. It was meant to be a beginning to all things. And so the human race, you can see right now that where are we? Things are shifting, right? It's not just like earthquakes and stuff, like the earth has these tectonic plates and they shift and then they create all this frequency vibration. Like this actually is happening inside of us. It's happening within our collective. There are shimmy shakes happening within our collective. So now we can see it through Israel and Iran is correcting a frequency through having an exchange, okay? And so this is an event. This is an event within the body of the collective where a frequency exchange is happening. But what this whole bigger picture is that this isn't the death of all things, the disease or the infection that then destroys humanity. It's actually meant to bring us back to life. It's meant to be the oxygen that we've been desperately needing for our souls for so long, because we got lost in the never-ending thread removal of the freaking tapestry, and we don't even know where we are from the beginning and the end. We can't even figure it out. We're all lost in purgatory somewhere, trying to self-realize again and again and again and try to resurrect out of this thing. So I'm just as much as the portal as you are, because the portal is this whole human thing, okay? And we're still working through it as we also carry it, as we also are it, and we can meet the beginning with the end, and we can start from somewhere new, okay? All right. I reach my hand out, which everything just looks like swirling colors everywhere. I am the swirling colors are around me. I carry the differentiation between what we define as an end and a beginning. I carry that, I'm part of that. And then I reach my hand out and I grasp this little worm in my palm and I say, you are never ugly. You're always beautiful. And I'm sorry it was scary from the inside out. And I'm sorry that this fear became something ugly within you, but it never was the ugliness. It was always you, the gift. You were always the gift. Weirdest freaking thing ever. You guys wouldn't even believe what just happened. there's a bunch of big demons in here, and a hand comes and it closes my grip, and I smash this worm in my palm, and the worm guts are everywhere. And I look at these beings, because we all make choices, right? And every choice is the right one, even if it makes no sense. It's always the right choice. So I look at these beings and I look at my hand like, wait, we were on the resurrection point here. What's this all about? What are you guys up to? And so I'm looking at them, because they want to stay. They want, okay, so these represent those on the path, okay, that have become in alignment with the descent, that never ever wanted to reach the end point. They always wanted to remain in the descent. And so in the descent, then they became basically transformed, and they became that which is the descent themselves. So they are the descent. So if the descent comes to an end, then their right relationship with themselves and what they decided was their tapestry of reality is over. They're over. It's over, okay? It's over. Sorry. Sorry you don't always get it your way. So it's over. And I just kind of laugh. It's like, that's your insecurity? That's the best you can do, is just crush the worm? Wow, you guys. And I just rematerialize the worm, because it is forever. Nobody gets to decide what happens to this timeline, especially not these self-manipulated, lost, transformed freaks. They don't get to decide. They're ugly. They chose their ugliness. They chose to be that freaking ugly. They're not a threat. They're sad. They're very, very sad. And so I sit there and I look at them and I tell them this, that they are weakness. They are the definition of weakness. They are the broken foundation that we all fall. But they're the only ones falling, not us. We're not falling. You're the ones falling. Therefore, you will get exactly what you ask for, and you then will get descent. What's unfortunate about this is you will get descent alone. That's why you need to conquer your fear and come back into the light. You need to conquer your fear and come back into the light. You have to, because you have to shed the layer of what made you weak and come back into the light, where you can be risen up again as your true essence, as your true light. And we can all move forward as light, or we move forward without you. It's your choice. It's your choice. You know, there's these almighty demons that people are just like, oh, scary. They're not. They have purpose. They have an opinion. They make decisions. They exist, okay? I exist. I make decisions. I'm a badass, okay? I'm fucking awesome. And so why should I be weak to someone who is the epitome of weakness? That's why demons are so weak and so pathetic, okay? And the fact that we give them power is so confusing to me. It irritates me. It's like, hello, wake up. You're scared of these scared people? Why? Okay, so big scary demon. Now I have to go through this doorway. This is the doorway where I get to dry out and become brittle bones that crack and break again and again and again and again and again and again and again. So I get to do that for a little while here. And so I choose patience. I choose patience. Have you ever had to give up your well-being for another person's well-being? And all they accomplish is breaking every bone in your freaking soul. And all you can do is wait. All you can do is be patient until the time when that ends and a new beginning comes. And now, is it in the new beginning where you seek revenge and break all their bones, or you welcome them into the light? No hard feelings. You were weak at that time, and I was always strong. Sorry, I guess I can't help it. I'm just really strong. Don't let pain manipulate you. And don't let the things that you go through make you feel like you've lost some kind of battle. You haven't. You're just being patient. And patience is pretty dang hard. And that's what builds soul strength, you know? And so in time, in a very, very long time, this is like the devil here. breaks all my soul bones many times over in order to prove a point. And what is the point that is being proven here? That this being is strong and I'm weak? I just went through unfathomable time having my soul bones broken. You know how much strength that takes? It's proven nothing but how strong of a soul I am. And so I'm coming out of this with all these messed up reflections, all these messed up memories, all this messed up stuff. And I could scream and cry and carry the knife and stab it in the heart again and again. And now I can finally understand why the devil is real and why the devil makes so much sense, because I could be one with that energy and that influence and that madness. Or I could stand here and say, you tried to break me, didn't. Even though you did, you really didn't. Because guess what? I'm still standing and I can hug you. That is when all that is the weakness within the devil itself now collapses. Because we're not giving into the devil, now becoming the devil, because we went through hardship. We are the victim of hardship, molded and shaped then into the very devil that creates more hardship. No, we are resurrecting out of it. The devil begets the devil, begets the devil, begets the devil. Or the devil begets the human, it breaks the human to try to create more demons upon the earth. It works sometimes. But really, we're growing in strength. We're growing against this adversary to become stronger than it through patience. Then we become one with peace, okay? Which is the essence of God's, you know? We always carried it. We're always challenged. I start to notice that this worm, it is creating an infection of the ego or infection of the mind. Because now I'm returning to where I grasped the worm and I said, you were always love. And then I was forced to face an unfathomable challenge because I am the portal. I'm the very tapestry that then is reduced to the thread of itself and then becomes lost along the way. So this yet again is another opportunity to become stronger or to know my true strength, right? All of this disappears and I still hold this worm. And the worm looks at me for guidance. Who am I going to be? How am I going to guide this energy? Am I going to guide it by becoming a representation of my own fears? Or am I going to guide it by facing my fears, becoming someone who is strong, and now I can carry this worm without being affected by it? I can do the right thing. You see? So I'm giving you the worm and I'm challenging you to find out what you're made out of. And see if you can face your fears. And see if you can be that someone who does the right thing. What is the right thing to do? The devil begets the devil. And if the devil tries to beget you as a devil, what are you going to do? You're going to become the devil, or you're going to stand strong as the almighty human, the awesome soul, the infinite cosmic being, the ultimate love, God even, peace. So there is this shimmy shake, there's this earthquake, there's this energy event that's happening. And that's all I have to say about that. Hope you enjoyed this exploration with me. You remote view into Israel and Iran, and what do you get? You get the weird cosmic message. But I think it's deep. If you can sit with it and you could take some time to reflect on it, it's deep and it's transformative and it is honoring. It is respectful of the soul journey even and what it takes to be a human being. So don't give in to your weaknesses. Become your strength. You carry it. Thank you for watching.